Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by CFU Cable and Channel 15, your home for Cedar Falls Tigers sports in Cedar Falls. Coverage of this event is made possible by CFU Cable subscribers. Without your support of CFU Cable TV, this broadcast would not happen and local TV coverage would not be possible. Cedar Falls Channel 15 is available on Basic or Basic Plus cable TV plans. For more information, go to cfu.net. With the Auto Center, everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls with additional locations in Waterloo and LaPorte City. With the Auto Center is a proud supporter of the Cedar Falls Tigers. Find your next vehicle in person or online at withamauto.com.
Kimball & Beecher Family Dentistry. Get the smile you've always wanted at any one of our 6 locations. Located on Prairie Parkway in Cedar Falls with additional sites in Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Marshalltown, and Des Moines. Go to kimballbeecher.com to schedule your appointment today, and we make you smile.
Signs by Tomorrow. More than a custom sign company, Signs by Tomorrow is your advertising solutions resource. At Signs by Tomorrow, they create affordable, high-impact signs and visual messaging solutions. Find them on McLean Drive in Cedar Falls or at signsbytomorrow.com.
Western Home Communities. Western Home Communities, the Cedar Valley's best of the best choice for older adults. Visit the website today to find out about villa lifestyles or independent living apartments, plus all the amenities they include to make life fun and worry-free. WesternHomeCommunities.org.
Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Aaron Sonis and Joshua Catcher, the financial advisors and managing partners of Discerning Wealth, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC. Check out their website at discerningwealth.com.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Martin Brothers. Martin Brothers Food Market offers a wide range of restaurant quality foods and party supplies for every occasion. We're always open to the public and there's never a membership fee. Shop online at martinbrothersfoodmarket.com or in person at 408 Viking Road in Cedar Falls. Brad Jacobson State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Brad Jacobson State Farm is there. Call the original Jake from State Farm at 319-277-4134 or email Jake at brad@bradjacobson.biz.
Cedar Falls Community Television is excited to provide you with high school athletics. It's boys sophomore basketball this evening as Cedar Falls hosting the Hawks of Cedar Rapids Prairie. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Mark Simpson, along with Jeremiah Longnecker, as we prepare for our first broadcast in 2021. And this should be an interesting matchup. Tigers 3-1 and taking on, by all accounts, a very talented and tall Cedar Rapids Prairie sophomore team.
Yeah, it's a great group of athletes the Prairie brings to Cedar Falls tonight. They've already got a couple of good wins on their schedule, as we'll take a look at here momentarily.
their Cedar Falls schedule. Their only loss coming at Cedar Rapids Jefferson, their second game of the season. Riding a 2-game winning streak, and the Hawks, there's their 2 victories over Hempstead and Kennedy.
Yeah, a couple of winning programs, Hempstead and Kennedy are. So Coach Yoakum really thinks this is another one of those games where they're going to find out a lot about themselves.
First game for Cedar Falls following the holiday break, and it's always interesting to see how the teams react. Always a little bit rusty, it seems, initially.
Yeah, you know, you haven't had a chance to play against anybody other than, you know, your own teammates for a while, and you get out of that, you know, that rhythm of, you know, getting up and down the floor. A little game shape maybe is lost, so it is always interesting to see what's going to happen.
John Yoakum is the head coach for the Cedar Falls sophomore team. Very excited about this group. Knows they have a big challenge tonight against this talented Cedar Rapids Prairie squad as we look at the lineups for Cedar Falls. Familiar starting 5, Derek Woods, Gavin Steggy, Christian Barney, Kate Corbett, and Jake Peters. It's been the starting 5 in all 5 games now for Cedar Falls this season.
Yeah, you know, they're learning to play together, and as you talk about over the winter break, there are always things that coaches concentrate on, and I asked John Yoakum what were those things. He said, you know, we really want to work on our ball screens offensively. We got to hit the glass better and just to become more consistent offensively and get really good possessions on that end of the floor.
Tigers want to run, and Coach Yoakum feels that if Prairie, they're a hard matchup when they get set up in that half-court D. So the Tigers, Kate Corbett jumping up against Braden Dirksen, and the tap controlled by the Hawks. Dirksen presses you just when he warms up. Big, muscular kid. Lost the handle of the ball, and after a scramble, the ball will belong to the Tigers.
Yeah, he caught your attention immediately as these guys start to come out and warm up. You know, generally you don't see that kind of musculature on a sophomore.
So Cedar Falls with the basketball. Man-to-man defense played by the Hawks. There's Christian Barney with it. Cuts through the lane. Open look for Steggy and a 3-pointer.
Great look by Barney. You know, this is the 3rd game that we've done, and we saw some really aggressive offensive play by Christian. You know, maybe a couple of shots that he may not have taken in that first game. And then we saw just incredible unselfishness in that second contest, and we see it here again in the first possession.
Quick first step, and the lefty, Mikhail Taylor, puts it in for 2.
He's another guy that you talked about in warm-ups, the really quick first step.
Tigers launch another 3 off the mark as Corbett, rebounded by the Hawks. Coming quickly up the floor, Wagamaster exploding to the hoop, but losing the handle of the ball was Taylor. Tigers get it, and scoring the basket. Are they going to count that?
Yeah, they sure. No, goodness.
Oh, they are not going to count that. An offensive foul.
Oh, no, they are. Okay, I thought so. I thought we got the and one. Oh. You know, the defender never committed to that play. Steggy wasn't sure either, but a beautiful job. You know, that's the job of the guy with the ball in his hands. If nobody's going to pick you up, you just keep on going, and he did. And beautiful finish with that left hand, and all 6 Tiger points.
Reed Meyer call for the foul for Prairie.
Yep, can't do that.
I was a little confused because the players started coming as if they were going down the other end of the floor after that foul was called against Meyer before the free throw attempt by Steggy. 6-2, Cedar Falls with an early 4-point lead here in the first quarter. First game following the holiday break. Inbounds ball deflected. Peters comes up with it for Cedar Falls.
Tigers have come out strong defensively, forced some Prairie turnovers. See how that translates into points.
Steggy has all 6 points for the Tigers. A 3-pointer and an old-fashioned 3-point shot. Barney hits the back iron. Good rebound by Reed Burkle. He's a freshman on the floor for the Hawks. And
beautiful
nice
cut and finish by Burkle. Boy, he was underneath the glass. He used his length.
Dirksen with the pass. And Burkle with an acrobatic shot, 6'4". There's Peters posting up. Some beef there as Peters going up against talked about him earlier, Braden Dirksen. And Peters called for the steps. Traveling and a turnover on Cedar Falls.
I love the idea. Get the ball down low. Jake is good passing out of the post. So the ball's not necessarily always going to disappear when it gets down there.
Reed Meyer draws contact, going up for the shot. And he'll go to the free throw line. Foul's going to be called on Christian Barney for Cedar Falls, his first. 2 team fouls now against the Tigers.
John Yoakum pointed out Christian Barney. He thought that his leadership over break was something that was highly noticeable. Really thought he worked hard and got other guys to do so as well.
Still a lead for the Tigers, but it's been trimmed down to 1 point. 5:02 to go in the first. Peters working on Dirksen. Good ball movement into the corner. And the open three for Derek Woods.
It's a beautiful possession. Ball saw the block, saw both sides. And one more pass to get yourself the open shot from the corner.
Dirksen lost the handle. That allows the Tigers to run, and Corbett finishes it after the long pass from Barney.
Well, it was a great look, but it was also a terrific finish from Cade. We get a chance to see that again. And again, instead of shying away from the contact, he neutralizes the defender by getting into him. And then he's patient on his finish. Really nice job there. Some strength shown by the freshman.
Timeout taken by the Hawks here in the first quarter. There's John Yoakum, now in his 8th year as the head coach for Cedar Falls sophomore team. His assistant coach, Dan Scannell, also has been the assistant this entire time. John's been the head coach for CF.
The two of them are perfect together. John's more of the high-strung, I'm going to get after it, and after he does, Dan's going to put his arm around the guys and, kind of soothe the feelings. And, it's just they're a tremendous pair of coaches. They've done a great job here.
So following the timeout, Woods nearly comes up with a steal. It's kept alive by Dirksen. Open look, three-pointer, Taylor from the wing, no good. In traffic, Corbett able to finally wrestle down the basketball.
Well, Corbett on the offensive end, primarily a perimeter player. Oh, good take by Woods. Decided to not go off the glass. I wasn't sure what was happening.
13-5, Cedar Falls, their biggest lead of the game. 3:50 to go here in the first quarter as Taylor goes baseline, comes up short, and wrestling the ball away from him is Steggy. Cedar Falls trying to add to their advantage right now here in the first quarter. A terrific start for the Cedar Falls sophomore squad. Corbett with that long stride, able to find a seam and lays it in for two.
And Corbett, the lefty, goes to the right hand for that finish. I love the fact that he is getting into the paint and making things happen.
And the advantage for Cedar Falls goes to 10. Good no call by the official there as open look, and there's Mikhail Taylor finding the distance from the left wing for three. 15-8 now is our count.
The rhythm three, huge difference. Oh, that one all the way around the rim, wouldn't go down for Woods.
Quickly, here come the Hawks. Taylor, nice wraparound pass. Not expecting it, though, is Dirksen.
That's a shame. It's a really good look.
Steggy open three, gets the roll.
The rims are kind, and the Tigers are locked in offensively right now. 18 points with still 2.5 to go in the first quarter.
9 points for Steggy, and the Tigers lead at 10 points. So Cedar Falls playing their first game since the holiday break, and look like they haven't missed a beat. There hasn't been that 2-week absence. There's Gavin Steggy. This is when you know you're at home, when the rim does that type of thing.
Well, the Tigers should be in good shape. According to Coach Yoakum, they got to do plenty of running over break, so that shouldn't be an issue.
There's a basket by Corbett. And Derek Woods. That little soft floater. And Cedar Falls getting balanced scoring. Christian Barney yet to score for Cedar Falls.
You know, the thing about Christian, he does so many other things. He's a great defender. The energy level is always going to be high with Christian.
Sam Smith, Keaton Lease now into the game, along with Peyton Marsh. Cedar Falls bringing in some fresh bodies. Here comes Taylor, taking off, and somehow gets that to go from a difficult angle. Taylor has 7.
Able to finish, even though he's a little off balance.
Corbett cut off baseline and stepped out of bounds. Turnover.
Sometimes it's good to have size 15, sometimes it's not.
So Derek Woods re-enters the game. Out goes Kate Corbett. This is Ty Dennison in the ball game now for Cedar Rapids Prairie. They're coached by Wes Bruns. He's in his second year as a head coach for the Hawks sophomore squad. There's Taylor, who's kind of picked it up offensively here over the last few trips down the floor.
Help and hedge. But a good possession offensively for Prairie.
Reed Burkle with the basket. Now it's 18-12. Into 28 to play here in the first quarter. Woods launches the three-pointer from the corner. Kind of a quick release. Didn't really get his feet set. And no good. Tigers doing a good job keeping the Hawks off the boards. Last touch by Cedar Rapids Prairie's Ty Dennison, and the ball will belong to CF.
Without Corbett on the floor, who is coming right back in. Tigers lose some size. But the quick break to match up with the size of the bigs that Prairie has on the floor.
So Smith, March, Lease, Corbett, and Woods on the floor for Cedar Falls. Marsh, defender lost track of him and goes up for 2.
Well, he unconventionally split the double that kind of disappeared.
Taylor weaves his way through a host of Cedar Falls Tigers and draws contact.
That's where quickness, strength, and skill all come together in one explosive move. You see, he got ripped on his arm, still nearly able to finish the play.
3 team fouls against Cedar Falls, and Taylor, southpaw, hits the first free throw. 20-13.
Speaking of unconventional, this is a different shot he has there, isn't it?
That was kind of unique.
Yeah, soft.
20-14. There's Lease with it, and a foul on the floor. Well, that's going to be
Wegemaster. Just the second on Prairie.
Down to 36 seconds remaining. Cedar Falls led by as many as 10. Lead is cut down to 6. Corbett, fade away, good.
Sure is, tough shot. Not sure that that's always the shot you're looking for in the offense. He's able to knock it home anyway. Got a 22-point first quarter. It's a decent half.
Final seconds. Wagemaster dishes it out. Open look in the corner, and it's up and good. It's Maddox Freeze.
That's the last shot you want to give up, is that open three, and John Yoakum not pleased. The defense didn't rotate to get out there.
So Cedar Falls ahead by 5 heading into the second quarter. We'll return with more right after this on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Looking for the absolute best deals in Iowa on new Fords? Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City has you covered. Looking for the Cedar Valley's largest Ford selection? Witham Ford has you covered. Our 3 locations means we're the Cedar Valley's largest Ford dealer, covering all of your Ford needs for sales, service, and parts. So shop the Ford dealer you can count on. Shop Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
Our score after 1 quarter of play, Cedar Falls leading 22-17. Tigers played really well that first 8 minutes of action. I look up at that scoreboard after that 3 that was hit final seconds the first quarter. And it seems like Tigers should be ahead by more.
You took the words right out of my mouth. It's when you know you're playing a good team, you can have a 22-point first quarter. You're still only up 5.
Derek Woods working his way, cut off. Smith, leaner at the free throw line, up and good. Sam Smith's first basket of the game.
Coach Yoakum, at least in the first 8.5 minutes, is going to be really pleased when he watches the film, if he isn't already, just how well they're sharing the basketball. That extra pass is paying off.
There's Freeze again, showing that buzzer beater to end the first quarter wasn't a fluke as he hits from straight on. And now the Hawks whittled the lead down to 4. Sam Smith, good pass. Unable to control it was Marsh.
A good hand by Woods. Got a piece of it off Taylor's knee. It'll be Tiger basketball.
Cedar Falls with Woods, Smith, Steggy, Peters back in the game, and Corbett. Cedar Falls 3-1 on the year. The Hawks 2-0. They've been a team limited to just a couple of games this year due to COVID-19 complications.
Both of the big guys for Prairie had good looks there, neither able to finish.
I talked about Dirksen being a specimen with the guns, but I'll tell you what, his hands are not good. He has a hard time holding on that basketball, it seems like.
Almost.
Dirksen, his pass awry and a turnover against the Hawks.
Prophetic, Mr. Simpson. Good crossover.
There's Barney. Tough shot, but he got fouled. And that's going to go against Freeze, it looks like, for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Barney yet to score in the game, but has done a lot that doesn't show in the box score, especially defensively.
You know, we're not real familiar with this team, just our third contest, but Mark, I'm starting to get the feel that Barney's maybe the glue that holds this group together, don't you think?
Yeah.
Just that guy that's willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done, defends well, same spot.
Freeze misses.
I was watching a college game the other night, I don't remember who it was, and several nights ago they said, you know, guys never make 3 in a row. Never make 3 3-pointers in a row. And I'm thinking, okay. And whoever his colleague was says, well, what about the NBA? He goes, well, that doesn't count. You watch any high school or college game, nobody ever makes 3 in a row. And since then, I've been watching.
Yeah.
He's been right every time. I saw a freeze nail two, and his third one goes up. I'm like, nope, it's not going in. Sure enough. So we can test that theory throughout the year, Mark.
Wagamaster called for the foul. Barney posting up. Ball knocked out of his hands. Cedar Falls still with possession. Peters patiently waiting underneath. Cedar Falls ahead by 5, has the basketball. 5:27 to go in the first half. Good defensive stand by the Hawks. And comes away with the steal.
Cade knew it as soon as the pass left his hands. Well, there's Barney just with some strength.
Barney trying to thread the needle. Didn't see Corbin on his right. Tried to find Peters, and it's a turnover. And here come the Hawks. And they promptly turn the ball over. Cedar Falls, long pass to Barney. And Steggy's shot comes up short. We're going to have a tie-up. And the ball will belong to Cedar Rapids Prairie.
The last 90 seconds have reminded me of a pickup game.
Yeah.
With a lot of old men. It hasn't been the prettiest 90 seconds, unlike we saw a lot in the first quarter. Well, teams need to just settle back in.
Again, first game following the holiday break is Wagamaster with a long three. Tell you what, Tigers have done a tremendous job keeping the Hawks off the glass after it's been one and done almost this entire game.
Yeah. Yeah, he knew it.
Barney called for his second. So he goes over the back. And he'll come out of the ball game. Both teams with 4 team fouls. As we approach the 4-minute mark of this second quarter. Now coming in, Cedar Rapids Prairie, unbeaten, 2-0. Tigers 3-1. And trying to create is Wagamaster and draws the foul. That's going to be on Corbett, his first. Wagamaster kind of went into the lane and just tried to, again, create something, and got kind of bailed out by the foul.
Points not as easy to come by in the second quarter. Didn't think we'd see 22 more out of the Tigers.
Cedar Falls lead down to 4, led by as many as 10. And again, the Hawks defensively have really picked it up here in the second quarter. A missed shot by Corbett. Smith thought about the three. Instead of give it to Corbett, and he'll hit the long shot. Cade Corbett has 9 points. He's tied for the team high along with Gavin Steggy. Oh, they forgot. And open drive to the basket, missed by Dennison. And Woods misses, weak side, and cleaning up is Jake Peters.
Well, Peters and that body of his, you know, if we get a chance to see the replay, they both go up for the rebound, but the Prairie player just kind of bounces off Peters as they go up. Now watch this, they both go up, whoops, there goes 32, and Peters gets his own putback. You know, he's a hard kid to move. You watch him defensively on the block, he gives up size to most guys. But, you know, you back into him, he's not going anywhere. And so he's really, really solid post defender. And because of that, he can play behind and get away with it a lot. I don't know if that'll be the case. You know, when he goes to that next level, I don't know how much more growing he's got to do. Hopefully he's got a couple more inches left. Just a freshman.
That was his first points of the game. Put Cedar Falls ahead by 9. Just under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Tigers came out racing, scoring 22 points in that first quarter. Not too shabby were the Hawks, though. They put up 17. Reedmeyer, 9th grader, with the basketball.
What was the largest lead, Mark?
10 points.
10 points. Well, you got to be careful with Woods and Steggy. Just as I was about ready to say that, both of them get a hand on the ball.
Tigers had numbers. Smith pulls it out. Now attacks. They go into Peters. Block from behind. And here comes Burkle with it.
Well, there's some body in there, but there was a lot of ball as well. These guys in stripes are doing a really nice job thus far, letting the guys play.
Hawks swing it over to Wagamaster.
You can tell Woods is much healthier than he was early in the season, was struggling with some knee soreness and pain, and much quicker now.
Woods will be whistled for that foul.
Just his first.
Coming out of the game is Dirksen. And in to replace him is Matt Hilleman. So Prairie has never led in this ball game. They trail by 9. They have the possession. There's Burkle. He's only a freshman. Misses everything on that shot. Here come the Tigers.
Known Burkle's dad for a long time, Corey. Played football at UNI. We worked together briefly when he was in college. Been an official football and basketball for quite a few years. Done a lot of games in this gym.
Step back from the elbow, missed by Woods. Clearing the rebound is Hilleman. Hawks breaking. Peters gets his hand out to break up a pass, and Hawks will have it underneath the Tigers' hoop.
Got some Tigers who look tired. You see some swiping at the ball versus moving the feet.
Tigers still in that man-to-man defense.
Taylor's quick off his feet, isn't he?
Hey, lightning quick. Final seconds here of this first half. First game in 2021 for the Cedar Falls sophomore team. Built their lead to 9. Peters unselfishly kicks it out to Steggy.
Everything went down. Well, good job by Steggy moving without the basketball. Found that spot in the corner, and then Peters for tracking him down with the pass. Again, freshman does a really nice job of passing off the block.
Now
likes that left block.
Oh, the Hawks will hold it for the final shot here.
Oh.
And Wagamaster, they were able to force a jump ball. Dribble behind his back, and the Tigers were able to kind of reach in and force the tie up. So just the tail end of that. So Cedar Falls have to go the length of the floor, 4.1 seconds to go. This is doable. Barney, pass in half court. Corbett. He's going to have to attempt a long three.
Oh!
Buzzer beater, Cade Corbett.
I had a great angle. Looked good from here.
He wanted another pass, but nobody was there. Oh. Yep.
That's a thing of beauty.
Watch this again. It's a way to close out the first half. Cedar Falls has their biggest lead of the game, 33-21, a 12-point advantage as they hold the Hawks just 4 points in that second quarter. So some excitement to close out quarter number 2 as Cade Corbett with a long bomb. We'll be back with more after this. This is Cedar Falls sophomore basketball on Cedar Falls Community Television. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by CFU Cable and Channel 15, your home for Cedar Falls Tigers sports in Cedar Falls. Coverage of this event is made possible by CFU Cable subscribers. Without your support of CFU Cable TV, this broadcast would not happen and local TV coverage would not be possible. Cedar Falls Channel 15 is available on Basic or Basic Plus cable TV plans. For more information, go to CFU.net. With the Motto Center, everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls, with additional locations in Waterloo and LaPorte City. With the Motto Center is a proud supporter of the Cedar Falls Tigers. Find your next vehicle in person or online at withamauto.com.
Kimball and Beecher Family Dentistry. Get the smile you've always wanted at any one of our 6 locations. Located on Prairie Parkway in Cedar Falls, with additional sites in Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Marshalltown, and Des Moines. Go to kimballbeecher.com to schedule your appointment today, and we make you smile.
Signs by Tomorrow. More than a custom sign company, Signs by Tomorrow is your advertising solutions resource. At Signs by Tomorrow, they create affordable, high-impact signs and visual messaging solutions. Find them on McLean Drive in Cedar Falls or at signsbytomorrow.com.
Western Home Communities. Western Home Communities, the Cedar Valley's best of the best choice for older adults. Visit the website today to find out about villa lifestyles or independent living apartments, plus all the amenities they include to make life fun and worry-free. WesternHomeCommunities.org.
Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Aaron Sonis and Joshua Katcher, the financial advisors and managing partners of Discerning Wealth, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC. Check out their website at discerningwealth.com.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Martin Brothers. Martin Brothers Food Market offers a wide range of restaurant-quality foods and party supplies for every occasion. We're always open to the public, and there's never a membership fee. Shop online at martinbrothersfoodmarket.com or in person at 408 Viking Road in Cedar Falls. Brad Jacobson State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Brad Jacobson State Farm is there. Call the original Jake from State Farm at 319-277-4134 or email Jake at brad@bradjacobson.biz.
An impressive start for the Cedar Falls sophomore team as they lead Cedar Rapids Prairie 33-21 here on Cedar Falls Community Television. Mark Simpson along with Jeremiah Longnecker. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for joining us for this sophomore game. And Cedar Falls coming in with a record of 3-1, taking on the 2-0 Hawks. And Cedar Falls has been pretty impressive after the first 2 quarters of play on both ends of the court.
Well, offensively, they got the job done in the first quarter with 22 points, and then defensively, they did it in the second quarter, holding Prairie to 4.
There's Gavin Steggy starting the Tigers. The long shot from outside, and then Steggy, an old-fashioned three-point play as he drew the foul. Barney with an impressive pass, and Corbett, good job hanging in the air. Derek Woods scoring as the Tigers getting balanced in that first half. And Kate Corbett, just the freshman, with that field goal. Tigers getting help off the bench. There's Peyton Marsh with the hoop. Kate Corbett led the Tigers in scoring with 12 points in that first half. There's other bench play from Sam Smith. Derek Woods getting better as the season progresses. Unable to hit that shot, but there's Jake Peters following up with 2. And Corbett starting to show his distance, but he'll beat that one later on in these highlights here. Watch this shot. Final seconds of the second quarter. It's about a 37-35 footer.
He
Boom!
can do it. That's the shot you win horse on.
And that gives the Tigers, again, their largest lead of the game of 12 points, 33-21. Well, we've seen Cedar Rapids Prairie. They certainly have the talent. They struggled in that second quarter, scoring only 4 points and making just 1 field goal.
I thought the hands for the Tigers were impressive in the quarter. They moved the feet well, but such quick hands, particularly out top. With their guards, you just have to be so careful when you're dribble penetrating against this defense, because those guys are going to get there and they're going to make it hard on you. Excuse me.
So, sure, Coach Yoakum, that old coach cliche, that first 4 minutes of the second half is going to be key. Trying to keep the Hawks at bay while Cedar Rapids Prairie wants to find that offensive rhythm that they had going in that first quarter when they netted 17 points. Wagamaster, long 3, will not go down. And again, Cedar Falls has controlled the glass.
Corbett can really get off the floor. Good defense by Taylor. And again, we just see Barney's maturity. Instead of trying to force something up, just pass it out. Get right back into the offense again. Oop, that's going to be a traveling violation on Corbett.
Up to calling the foul.
Oh, they are. Okay.
It'll be on Reed Burkle. Picks up the foul. His first.
Oh, all right. Well, they disappeared underneath the crow's nest, and so I didn't see the finish. Pretty obvious foul call, just in case you're wondering if I lost my eyesight altogether.
Tigers moving the ball around. Good pass into the paint.
Sure was.
Woods can't finish. He's
yeah,
disappointed.
He can't believe he can't finish either. A terrific find by Steggy.
Just see the tail end of it. Ball cruel, hanging on the rim, won't go down.
Just climb, ball, climb.
Oh, good anticipation. Steggy with the steal. Taylor, though, lightning quick, gets back on defense. Then with the hands, knocks it free. And look at this. He'll lay it in. Oh, Mikhail Taylor. Couple of nice defensive plays, and it leads to a hoop. Get Mikhail Taylor ahead of you, you're not going to catch him.
No, don't think so.
Corbett, 3, hits the back iron. Wagamaster pulls down the rebound. The Hawks, oh, that's a beautiful pass. Taylor, though, misses. And Burkle's shot blocked.
Corbett is the one that altered that shot. Good defense by Woods. Again, watch the feet.
Driving all the way, and he's unable to finish. Put back, also no good. Third time, is it the charm? No. Look at Peters working hard. And Cedar Falls finally will be rewarded by going to the free throw line.
It's unbelievable.
Wow, 5 missed shots by Cedar Falls at point-blank range.
What you got to ask yourself, who's that worse for? Tigers couldn't get it to go down, or Prairie who kept on giving up the offensive boards?
As Corbett misses the free throw, looking for his 13th point. That certainly has to be disheartening for Wes Bruns, the head coach for Cedar Rapids Prairie, when you see the other team like that. 5 opportunities. Not a good trip to the line for Corbett. Misses both. Cedar Falls leads by 10.
Well, they're giving Taylor some space on the perimeter. Yes, they were.
Taylor drives in, scores, and a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, I think you take your chances with him out beyond the 3-point line. Just taking a guess. Doesn't appear to be the best perimeter shooting based upon the free throw shooting.
Taylor did hit a 3-pointer in the first quarter. So lead now 7 for Cedar Falls. Derek Woods, 6-foot sophomore.
Tigers continue to get good shots. They're just not able to finish.
Wow, this
just like that.
I want to check if
Nothing's
there's
going down.
a lid on this basket. Change sides here at halftime. Foul will be called on Reed Meyer. It's Barney. Gets the first free throw and a can opener. One more coming.
Barney leads the team in scoring through 4 games. Only player averaging in double figures.
Tigers little 3-quarter court pressure leads to a fast break attempt, but again, Prairie unable to finish. Braden Dirksen couldn't complete it. Woods pass, right idea, but stolen away. And then the Hawks promptly turn it over. Easy basket for Cade Corbett, who is 14.
Now Wes Bruns is going to draw a technical. He's getting awfully close with an earful of the referee. Thought that Corbett cleared out with that elbow.
Now traveling against Dirksen. Wes Bruns, veteran coach.
You know,
he was the last head coach at Cedar Rapids LaSalle.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I like what he said to his offensive player. Rather than complaining to him about the move, he just said, hey, there's no gap. There's nowhere to drive. You don't have any space.
Cedar Falls, another missed opportunity. Good look for Derek Woods. 3-pointer. There's Freeze. That won't go. Rare offensive rebound by the Hawks. And Dirksen draws the foul.
It's going to be 3 on Barney.
That comes with a lot of time remaining. 4:18 to play here in this third quarter.
Brings about a conversation with the coaches. What are we going to do with number 24? And Sam Smith will come in and replace him.
Braden Dirksen makes the first free throw, and out goes Barney. The Tigers' leading scorer saddled with 3 personal fouls. Dirksen makes 1 of 2. An offensive foul he got. I can't recall another one by the Hawks. Unless it came off a long missed shot, because the Tigers have done a great job on the board so far, defensive boards in this contest.
Yeah, first zone that we've seen out of Prairie.
Sam Smith with the high arcing shot. That's kind of his forte, and no good.
Well, both players thought that it was going to be a tie-up situation. Dirksen just went right over the top of Steggy. Steggy couldn't believe it. I'm not sure I've seen a situation like that.
I was just anticipating the whistle. Oh, an outlet pass stolen away by Freeze. And he has the open look, won't go. Now Dirksen will be called for the foul. Dirksen.
Well, if Dirksen could finish, he'd be well into double figures by now. And that may come back to haunt us. He's just having a rough night.
He leaves just 1 point in the game. Well, Barney's out. Seal Tigers. He's going to facilitate right now.
Back to the man.
Smith. Oh, big stuff by Burkle.
Yeah, Burkle saw that coming the whole way. Look at the hands by Woods again.
Wagamaster misses underneath. And the Hawks can't control the missed shot. Cedar Falls led at halftime by 12, 33-21. They have a 10-point lead, 2:53 to go. Hawks 2-0.
One of the things the Tigers have done appreciably better than the Prairie Hawks in this game is having a purpose when they get into the lane. Once you go in there, you have an idea what it is you're going to do. Am I going to the hoop? Am I going to kick it out? Whatever. Prairie has done that numerous times and turned it over.
Get a block by Prairie. Cedar Falls steals it right back. Smith. And finding the open player, Marsh.
How about a little pump fake out of Marsh? It's the patience. The understanding what defense is coming at you.
I like Marsh's game. He comes in, he's not going to hurt you, and he's going to usually provide just like that. Tips the ball and does a lot of good things when he's out on the court.
You're on the money tonight. Every time you say something about a guy, he does exactly what you just said.
Oh, and Cedar Falls able to chase down the long pass. Minute 49 to go here in the third quarter. Corbett takes off and tries to draw contact. He may be hurt. He's coming up slowly. Open look, and Woods hits the three. Watching Corbett, he seems to be all right. Marsh pulls down the rebound. After Corbett fell, he had a grimace that kind of worried me. Look at that. Minute 14 to go. Cedar Falls up by 15. And Hawks.
That's the easiest call of the night.
The Hawks have just struggled here.
Well, you know, if I tell Cade, hey, next time your back hurts like that, maybe you don't hoist a three at the other end of the offense.
Corbett drew his third as Mikhail Taylor at the free throw line.
15 for Taylor.
Taylor makes them both. Prairie had a dominant football team on their sophomore squad. A lot of those athletes are on this team. John Yoakum was very concerned about that going into this contest. As Barney back on the floor here late in this third quarter, playing with three personals. Barney to the rack and hard shot, able to bank it in for two.
Well, you better bring it tonight because this is a physical game. And again, I really appreciate how the referees have called this. This could have been one of those ticky-tack, everybody's in foul trouble games. And yet, you look around at nearly every foul that's called, every situation that's happened, nobody's complaining.
Tigers holding it for the final shot, leading by 13. They were up by 12 at halftime.
Well, we've had buzzer beaters in the first and second quarters. Maybe we can make it a third.
6 seconds. Will it be Steggy? No. Missed shot at the horn. Smith's way off. And the third quarter comes to a close. Cedar Falls controlling this one, leading by 13, heading into the final 8 minutes of action. We'll be back with more after this on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Meet Mike.
Hello.
Mike's the Iron Chef of his house. But instead of seasoning tonight's meal, Mike's getting peppered with demands from his family about their internet connection. Thankfully for Mike, this recipe calls for a dash of support. With CFU Wi-Fi, our highly trained technician will install a new Wi-Fi system and provide Mike's family with tech support 24/7. Now, Mike can focus on tonight's meal without all the extra ingredients. CFU Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi made simple.
Welcome back. Mark Simpson along with Jeremiah Longnecker here at Cedar Falls High School. Tigers getting contributions off the bench. Guys like Peyton Marsh, 6'3" sophomore. He's played a role. Watch him defensively here. Falling to the floor, saving that from going out of play, and the Tigers retain possession. And grabbing the rebound. So Marsh helping Coach John Yoakum's team. Not a lot of minutes off the bench, but you're going to earn them and keep playing like that.
I agree completely. And they come off the bench and they're going to run a set play and trying to get it down to Marsh. But the foul is committed before that happens.
Woods an open look. That won't go. And Burkle, he's just a freshman, along with the man with possession of the basketball right now, Reed Meyer.
Who just traveled, no call.
First quarter, Cedar Falls came out flying. They led 22-17. It's taken them 2 more quarters to match that total.
Well, I said at the end of the first quarter, this is a decent half worth of points.
Yeah.
And, well, they've done exactly that over the next 2 quarters. Just about everything went right. And that's just because of the good pressure defense. Tigers have really overplayed the wings, and yet they've been able to cover up. Over the top of that screen comes Woods. And he forces the turnover.
Tigers trying to go to 4-1 on the year. Win their 3rd straight. Gets this Hawks team coming in unbeaten, 2-0.
Well, one of the things that I will say definitively is this is the best shot selection we've seen from this sophomore team this year. They're moving the basketball extraordinarily well. That was a great possession. Ended up with the 16-footer, didn't go down. But it's exactly the kind of possession you're looking for.
Maddox Freeze, the Iceman as he's called, with the basket. 44-33.
Smart by Sam Smith there. Just slow it down, get the ball back into the hands of the playmakers.
Got a foul called there. Was that on Burkle? It was. And now Reed Burkle has 3 personals. 6:36 to go for the Tigers. Christian Barney, Kate Corbett each playing with 3. Peters gets the matchup down low, goes up. Oh, blocked from behind by Burkle. And look, off to the races and laying it in. Well, he's fun to watch.
Yes, he is.
Mikhail Taylor has 18. Being a lefty like that with that speed, he's going to give nightmares to coaches in the Mississippi Valley Conference. And another steal. Here comes Taylor. And this time the Tigers foul him, make him earn it at the free throw line. Derek Woods will be called for the foul.
Well, what happened there is exactly what I was talking about earlier. The CF hadn't done a whole lot, and that was get into the lane really with nowhere to go. No clear plan, ends up in a turnover. Woods commits his 2nd. Non-shooting call.
The Hawks cut the lead down to 9 after being down by 13 entering this fourth quarter. Still ton of time remaining, 5:52. Wagamaster. Clay maybe pushed off, gets free baseline, reverse layup. Hits the bottom of the rim, 3-on-2 break. Peters can't finish, gets the offensive rebound though.
Again, both of those shots would have been hoisted earlier in the season. Instead, possession still in favor of the Tigers, and we're going to get a reach on Taylor.
That's now the 7th team foul, though, against the Hawks. 1-and-1 opportunity for Cedar Falls. Second on Mikhail Taylor. Sophomore basketball here on Cedar Falls Community Television. Cedar Falls trying to hold back the Hawks of Cedar Rapids Prairie. Kate Corbett at the line. Had 12 at halftime, including a near half-court buzzer beater to end the second quarter. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1.
Traveled walking into that three.
Oh, there's Taylor. And a quick timeout. Or was that Taylor or was that Wagamaster made the basket?
That was, yes, it was Wagamaster.
Wagamaster.
Yep.
And now look at the score, 44-38. As the Hawks turning up the intensity here. That was a three-pointer to make this just a 6-point game. Now the Tigers a little bit on their heels. There's Mikhail Taylor. And the Hawks getting a shot from Freeze from the baseline. Coach Wes Bruns. He's been all over. He told me he's been at LaSalle, Xavier, Mount Vernon, Marion. He goes, I'm sure I'm missing a few places. Says he loves Cedar Rapids Prairie.
Well, it's a great district.
Yeah. He says all the facilities, he says he loves it. Tell he's intense right now. 44-38. That's the thing about these coaches. They're for the game, they're nice, jovial, pat you on your back, and then when game time, man, that switch gets hit. And they turn into a Dr. Jekyll. Long pass down the court, broken up by Wagamaster. Last touch by the Hawks player. So Cedar Falls with possession. 5:13 remaining. And we got a ball game now. Cedar Falls down by, ahead by just 6. So the lob into Corbin. Boy, Tigers have missed a lot of easy shots.
Several of those.
Freeze for 3. No good, but look at, there's Taylor with the offensive putback. That won't go. Finally, Barney pulls it down and gonna have a reach-in foul against Dirksen.
But what an important rebound, and he takes it with strength. We watch him. Barney there just rips it away from everybody else. Nope, this one's mine, and then the easy foul.
Took it away from Charlie Atlas there. Dirksen with those pipes.
Barney's a 70% shooter. Tigers have struggled from the stripe tonight.
We're 4 out of 8 prior to that. And now Barney, he misses that one. So he is now 4 out of 6 at the free throw line. He has 6 points.
Well, there's something about a 7-point margin. You love the 3-possession game. Way too much time to be thinking about that, but
psychologically,
you get into that mindset here in the fourth quarter. Give him some space. Yeah, that's going to be on Steggy. You got to put a hand on him with the hold.
4 minutes, 29 seconds still to play here in the sophomore game. And 16 foul against Cedar Falls. So after this, Hawks will be in the bonus from here on out. See a second on Gavin Steggy. 18 fouls against Cedar Rapids Prairie. Here's a 3, way off, and there's Peters with an important defensive rebound.
Sure was. Strong rebound by Peters.
Hawks, they have picked it up defensively, and a near steal by Meyer.
Just a single point in this quarter so far, and almost 4 minutes of play. Tigers need a hoop.
Cedar Falls led 22-17 after one quarter, 33-21 at halftime, 44-31 going into this fourth. Barney misses once, second chance, kicks it out to Smith. May have passed up on the shot, but with the 7-point lead, I'm sure John Yoakum not upset. And there's Barney getting fouled, and will go to the free throw line.
Again, Sam knows his game, works it around, ends up with a good trip to the free throw line for Barney.
So Barney just made 1 out of 2. He has 6 points total in the game. He'll get 2 shots here. 3:51 shows. That foul's on Dirksen, who now has 4.
Oh, wow, the Tigers haven't been able to score. It's not like Prairie's lighting it up at the other end either. Oh.
Taylor, will they count the basket here?
Yeah, that's...
And yes. And Cale Taylor. The foul will be against Sam Smith. Just like that. Chance for another old-fashioned 3 by McHale, and he does it.
How many free throws has he attempted, and how many has he made?
He's a perfect 6 out of 6.
Yeah.
He has 21 points to lead all scores, and now it's a 5-point lead with timeout taken on the court here. So, good game here between Cedar Falls and Cedar Rapids Prairie. The Hawks making things interesting here in this final quarter.
Did Prairie ever lead early on, Mark?
No, they didn't.
Okay.
I don't think they've led in this entire game. Cedar Falls jumped out to that quick 6-0 lead. Look at the Mississippi division on the sophomore level. Prairie 2-0. Western Dubuque getting the most games in so far, 7. And then on the Valley division side, you look, not many games inside the Valley, but you see the games played, and some teams only 2 games. Jeremy Rickardson, the head coach of Cedar Rapids Prairie, said they've got this will be their 3rd game. They've only got 14 practices in. That's hard to believe.
Yeah, it really is.
Upcoming events here on Channel 15. We got wrestling coming up later this week. Girls basketball. Tigers ranked in the top 10 in 5A. UNI men's basketball against the Bradley Braves. Swimming. A lot going on here. Those guys work hard. Channel 15, I'll tell you that.
Yes, they do.
They do it with a smile on their face, too.
Yeah, I had a chance to, speaking of these crews, I had a chance to talk with Kirk Eastman, who we can call the father of Channel 15 television, and just complimented the heck out of him. Just said, hey, how many places are like this around the country? He said, not very many. You know, it's just an incredible job that is done by Channel 15 and the crew, and Denny and Jeremy. I think this town has an idea how fortunate it is. I don't know how fortunate.
Well, again, Barney makes 1 out of 2.
Look at the hands.
Quick hands, and Cedar Falls has numbers. Woods wide open from the left wing. Blocked front by Burkle. Put back. Barney can't finish, and he'll be called for a whistle going over the back.
That's an amazing number of layups.
Oh, no
the
foul.
Tigers.
Oh, they're just going to say the ball last. Yes, there is a foul.
Thought there was a foul.
Okay.
Certainly looked like a foul.
Wow. Woods had the open look. Burkle with the block. And, boy, how many point-blank shots has Cedar Falls missed in this game?
You know, we saw 4 on 1 possession. There's a few more there. It's been a very large number.
Wagamaster at the line. He misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Smith hustles down the rebound. Cedar Falls loses it, and driving in, there's the big man, Dirksen, and he draws contact. Boy, Dirksen will go to the free throw line. Clock stop, 3:13 to go. That's going to be a call on Peters. He has 2.
John Yoakum's hair color is changing before our very eyes.
Dirksen. One more attempt here. Trying to make it a 4-point game, and he does. Still, ton of time remaining. 3 minutes and 13 seconds.
It's not a violation. The bench wanted a violation, but it is not.
Look at the Hawks coming out defensively, bothering Cedar Falls here. Look how far out Cedar Falls is. Now Woods lost the handle, and again, here come the Hawks. And Dirksen has it stolen away, picked up, and now Taylor in the open court. That's a bad sign for Cedar Falls. But rebounded by Corbett. Hectic pace to this one. Smith finding Peters and scores. First field goal for Cedar Falls in the 4th quarter comes the 2:30 mark. 6-point lead for Cedar Falls as Burkle awkwardly misses. Cedar Falls
Gonna get a technical.
Oh, we got a technical against Bruns.
Unfortunately, it came at a bad time for the Tigers on a breakaway.
Oh, there's Coach Bruns. He is hot.
Well, maybe that's why he's been at 7 schools.
He is red in the face. He thought Burkle was foul, but I thought Burkle just was kind of awkwardly
I thought so too.
on that off-balance shot.
Oh, the Tigers are really struggling from the line.
And now 3 out of 8 in this 4th quarter at the free throw line. Woods makes the 2nd. So Cedar Falls leads by 7. Now time becoming a factor here. 2 minutes, 19 seconds to go. Cedar Falls has possession. And for that technical foul, Cedar Falls had like a 3-on-1 break. And with the spacing, it looked like they were going to get an easy basket out of it. Oh, there's Taylor with the steal. Drives in and scores. Taylor 7 in the 4th. And now it's a 5-point game, just under 2 minutes remaining.
Don't want to be there.
Kate Corbett tacks the rim. And we'll go to the free throw line. Burkle will pick up his 4th.
Now, Kate has struggled from the line tonight. He has been a 67% free throw shooter on the season.
He's 0 for 3 and does not look good at the charity stripe.
Much better rotation on that shot.
He has 15 points. High man for Cedar Falls. One more coming up here. It's still a 2-possession game. Taylor, who sparked this comeback for the Hawks with the rebound. Big possession for Cedar Rapids Prairie. And Meyer can't find it. Dirksen with the offensive rebound. Mikhail Taylor, 3. And Taylor putting on a show here in Cedar Falls. And now it's a 3-point game with just 1:28 to go. 10 points here in the 4th quarter for Mikhail Taylor. He has 26 for the game unofficially.
You know, this is one of those where you get a chance to see who's going to step up for your team. And I don't think there's any ever lost opportunities in a game. Taylor certainly stepping up for Prairie. He's been the best player on the floor tonight, that's for sure. Now the Tigers need one of those guys. Who's going to do that? Put the team on the shoulders and carry it into a victory.
Tigers only 1 field goal in this 4th quarter. They led by 13 going into the 4th, 44-31, and now clinging to a 3-point lead. That's the only field goal. This was Jake Peters. Cedar Falls has struggled at the free throw line here in the 4th quarter.
Well, that's the difference in the game.
So you're 5 out of 11. And John Yoakum. saying, wow, if we had done this and this, we should be up by double digits right now.
There's no doubt about that.
So Cedar Falls going to play keep away here. An open look. Smith puts the ball on his hip.
Still wouldn't be afraid to take the 2 if it's there.
Barney. Now this Gavin Steggy penetrates.
That's what.
On Cedar Falls going to turn it over.
Oh, excellent job by Smith.
Oh, that hit Burkle's foot, so the Tigers still with possession. Peters down low, he got bumped, and Burkle will pick up his 5th. What a play by Smith.
Sure was.
Looked like it was going to be over and back, and it hit the foot of Burkle. Just saw the tail end of that. Burkle leaves 58.6 seconds to go with 6 points. Just a freshman. He certainly looks like a fine ball player coming up. Peters. Oh, the free throw troubles continue. That was a big one. This trying to make it a 2-possession game.
And as the coach, it's the thing that you can do nothing about.
And he misses them both. Chance to tie for Cedar Rapids Prairie. And there's Taylor. Oh, and look at the steal. And Taylor will pick up the foul. It's Steggy coming up with a huge defensive play. I'll tell you what, if Taylor can consistently hit the 3, he's going to be unstoppable.
Unstoppable. Yes, I agree.
So Steggy will be going to the free throw line. Good timeout by Coach Bruns for Cedar Rapids Prairie to kind of ice him, make him think about it. Steggy went to the free throw line just once in this game, back in the first quarter. And he capped off a 3-point play. He's yet to score here in the second half after having 9 points at intermission.
Yeah, well, the one thing that John Yoakum won't talk about in this is free throw shooting, because he knows it's the you can't talk your guys into making it. So you just gotta trust in their form and practice, and that's it. You know, you don't bring it up. You talk about everything but that. You know, in this timeout, and then you just hope and pray that they go out there and hit a couple of free throws here in the remaining seconds of this game.
That's the bad part, wearing the mask here. So at times you can read a few words off the coach's mouth. Not with the mask here.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's a good thing they have the mask on. We don't. Our camera's on the coaches. We don't always want to read those lips.
Steggy at the line. I'll get 2 shots here. That was 10th team foul against the Hawks. Steggy calmly makes the first. So it's a 4-point lead for Cedar Falls.
Maybe that'll calm the team a little bit.
Now must-score opportunity here for Cedar Rapids Prairie. They got to take a good shot. Dirksen in the lane. That wasn't the look they were trying to get. Gail Taylor fighting hard, and they're going to get a jump ball.
I like that call. I don't know. Ooh, it's Prairie possession. I just think it's a good call. This game got a little ragged a couple times. I thought maybe it was getting out of control, but they've brought it back in.
Driving in, Meyer, and he banks it in for 2. Reed Meyer makes it a 3-point game, and we got a timeout taken by Cedar Falls. 21 seconds to go. Cedar Falls coming into this game 3-1. Cedar Rapids Prairie 2-0. John Yoakum, the way he was describing this Hawks team, I was expecting the Boston Celtics to come out of the locker room here, but a lot of respect for them and their talent. I'm sure Coach Yoakum will be very pleased if they can hold on here for the victory. Now, we saw this earlier where they did that long baseball-type pass coming out of the inbounds underneath their own basket. Let's see what Coach Yoakum has planned here.
They're going to go right back to the guy who just hit the previous free throws.
Steggy is fouled. 17.3 seconds to go. Reed Meyer called for the foul. Stops the clock. Cedar Falls brings everybody back. The only guy will be the man at the line. That's Steggy, who calmly hit 2 moments ago.
Well, he was 67% coming into the game, 8 of 12. He's hit 3 big ones recently.
So again, it's a 2-possession game. And now the Hawks really need to score here. Wagamaster tacks the hoop and draws contact. That'll stop the clock. 10.5 seconds to go and put Wagamaster at the line.
Well, you know, oftentimes the clock stopping isn't as big of a deal as I think that people are make it out to be. However, with the clock stopping here, with Prairie having no timeouts, it's a very big deal.
Wagamaster makes the first.
It's one of the things about high school basketball. On a made shot, with less than 5 seconds, all you have to do is step underneath and let the clock run out. That clock continues to run.
He makes both.
Yeah, but he
did he leave the lane
He
early?
sure did. He thought he missed it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a lane violation.
Okay.
And it's nothing but net. It's a huge, huge shot on his part. Down the floor.
And Cedar Falls. Corbett in the corner, and the Tigers are going to eat up the final seconds and hold on to a hard-fought 55-51 victory. Prairie gives a good run, makes things interesting, but Cedar Falls sophomore team able to hang on and come away with their 4th win in 5 games this year.
You know, I think it's one of those games that is a little skewed by the fact that the Tigers couldn't make free throws in the 4th quarter. And, you know, and all of a sudden when the ball isn't going through the hoop, everything else seems so much more pressurized. But they really played a good game and showed a lot of progress as far as I was concerned.
So Mikhail Taylor leads all scorers for Cedar Rapids Prairie with 26 points. Cedar Falls led by Cade Corbett with 15. So the Tigers hand Cedar Rapids Prairie their first loss of the year, 55-51. Great job by our Cedar Falls Community Television crew, as always. Thank you, Jeremiah Longnecker. I'm Mark Simpson, and you've been watching Cedar Falls sophomore boys basketball on Cedar Falls Community Television.